Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential and I'm here today with 7 of my favourite sweatshirt patterns, plus some absolutely exceptionally gorgeous new French terry, ponte and sweatshirt fabrics we've recently added to the site. You'll find links to everything I mentioned below and a link to our weekly newsletter for a dose of sewing inspiration straight to your inbox. So the first pattern I want to share with you is the one I'm wearing, which is Jarly 3355. It's a classic hoodie sweatshirt pattern. It's got the kangaroo pocket. It's got a cute little crossover stitching design that you'll often find on ready-to-wear sweatshirts at the neckline. It's finished with bands at the cuffs and the hem. I just use the sweatshirt fabric for those, so I've got this relaxed sort of longer fit, but if you wanted to cinch it in, you could use a ribbing fabric there to draw it in and maybe wear it tucked under. And then it's got the hood, which is a nice generous hood as well, so it's not a really shallow one. Sometimes I think they're too small, but this one's nice and generous. I've actually got quite a big head, so definitely a thumbs up on this one from me. And just some styling tips. I've got it on with leggings and my sneakers, as I said, but one of the key trends I've seen this year for autumn winter is just to add a wool coat or a tailored jacket or a trench coat with this outfit, and it just makes it look a little bit more styled, a little bit more put together. It's still nice and comfy and casual, but yeah, if you add that wool coat, still got my trainers, my leggings and my hoodie on, but it just feels a little bit more styled, a little bit more put together, and I just really like that look, so I thought I would share that with you. But let's just talk a bit more about the pattern now, and then I can show you my fabric choice. So there's a lot to love about this pattern. Jarly patterns I personally think are great. I've made a few of them over the years. We stock a really wide range of them. And this particular pattern, not only do you get the hoodie, you also get a simple crew neck sweatshirt and a pair of jogging bottoms as well. But some of the really great things about Jarly patterns are the size inclusiveness of them and also the size range. So this is one of those. It actually has 27 sizes included, so they go all the way down to children's sizes. And then the largest women's size on this pattern is a 50 bust, a 44 waist and a 53 hip. So quite a size inclusive top end range for the women. And then, as I say, it goes all the way down to a mini me size, approximately age 2. So you can really get some serious mileage out of this pattern. You could make things for the whole family with this pattern, which I really love. Got the different views as well, so a really good one to have in your stash. And the fabric I chose for that, we haven't got any more of this gold sweatshirt fabric anymore, but we've got this beautiful petrol teal sort of coloured sweatshirt fabric, and we've just had this in. We've got it in the pink colourway as well, which I'll come to later, but it is the most gorgeously soft cotton. It's predominantly cotton, 70% cotton, 30% polyester, which just makes it a little bit more durable. It is Okotex produced and certified, and then it's got a fleecy feel back to it, but it's just very, very silky soft handle on the right side, as well as that lovely soft fleecy side on the back. I personally think it's nicer than the one our old range, which I made this in. It just feels even more soft and silky. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love that colour as well. I'm just checking I'm not forgotten anything else to say about that. Yeah, so that is the cotton rich plain sweatshirting fabric, as I say. So yeah, that would be my choice for that one. Absolutely beautiful. Love that lovely bold teal coloured fabric as well. So that is that one. And then the next pattern I'm going to show you is another one that I've previously made, so I'm just going to switch tops and show you my version of that one. So the next one I want to share with you is the Sewaholic Fraser sweatshirt. So Sewaholic are an indie pattern brand that were around sort of quite a while ago, but some of their styles I just think are so classic and absolutely stand the test of time, and this Fraser sweatshirt is one of those. I made the view that you can do the colour blocking on, which I really loved at the time, and I remember when I made this I felt so great about matching everything up across the sleeve cap there and across the front. I was really proud of myself for that. And one of the things I should say, you know, I was a relatively new sewer at the time when I made this, and that's one of the great things about sweatshirt fabrics and sewing sweatshirts, is actually they are really easy to make. If you're somebody who hasn't sewn much with knit fabrics, this is a great place to start. Or if you're an experienced sewer, they're so quick and easy to whip up because the fabric's pretty stable, it handles pretty well, you know, and the patterns are simple. They're usually pretty simple and they come together really quickly, so absolutely great from that point of view. But yeah, this is the Sewerholic Fraser. I used a ribbing on the hem and the cuffs, and I think around the neckline there as well, and then you've got this lovely colour block design, and then it's just plain on the back. But again, this one comes with different views. So you've got the colour block version, which I made. You've got a simple crew neck version, and then there's also a version with a little Peter Pan collar on it as well. This one runs up to a 45 bust, 39 waist and 51 hip. And the fabric I thought you could use for this one, we've got this lovely quilted, it's like a sweatshirt fabric, and it's like a whitish sort of background with a marl grey speckle or fleck running through it. I just hope the camera's picking that up okay for you. Or that's probably better a bit closer. You can probably see that a bit closer. And then I thought you could do the colour blocking, and we've got a charcoal grey sweatshirt fabric, which would work really well with that. Yeah, and just make a really nice sort of classic sweatshirt design. So that was my choice for that one. Don't forget, everything I'm mentioning, it's all available on our website, and I'm popping links to it below. And if you love the content we produce, the best way you can support us to keep producing it is by placing an order on our website. So I'll put all those links down there for you. The next pattern I wanted to share is one that I haven't made yet, but I would really like to. It's the Jara sweatshirt by Megan Nielsen, and this one comes with 4 different views. So you've got 2 different crew neck versions, one with a sleeve with a cuff and a band at the hem. The other one has got a no cuff on the sleeves. They're sort of more flared, well, they're not flared, but they're just loose fitting sleeves, and it's got a dipped hem at the back, a bit of a curved dipped hem. Then the view I really love, view C, has got cuffs on the sleeves, but then it's just got this cute little waist tie, which I really like. I think it's such a lovely little feature, and just a little different twist, I suppose. And then finally you've got view D, which has got a funnel neck, and it's got those straight sleeves that are just sort of loose fitting. I'm just checking, it's got a split sleeve hem, that looser fitting sleeve as well. And then obviously you can mix and match all those different things. You know, you might want the funnel neck with the waist tie, and then you could choose either of the sleeves. They'll all work together. It's a loose fit drop shoulder sweater. It's got yeah, all those different options I've talked to you about. Oh, and it runs up to a size 20, which is a 46 bust, 38 waist and 48 hip. And the fabric I chose for that one is, oh, I'm so excited about these. They're absolutely gorgeous. I've got these beautiful glittery French terry fabrics, and not only have they got that little bit of sparkle in them, they come in beautiful pastel-y colours. So we've got this green, it's like a sort of pale sagey minty green, and I hope the camera's picking up the little very subtle sparkle on it. But then the wrong side of the fabric is so super soft. It's a loop back, but it's like almost like a light winceyette fabric. It's such a silky soft feel. It will be so warm and so comfortable to wear, and then it's just got this lovely bit of sparkle on the right side. I just absolutely adore it. Yeah, so, and that's Okotex certified as well, and it's just not too sort of thick and not too voluminous, thanks to that sort of loop back. So yeah, it's got quite good drape and movement to it as well, because it is a French terry. So yeah, I can just imagine that waist high version of the jarrah being whipped up in that little beauty. Just bring a little bit of sparkle on those dark winter days. And then the next pattern I wanted to share with you, it's another one I haven't made. It's the Talviki sweater by Named Patterns. Remember when this came out? Absolutely loved it, still want to get round to making it. This one has got a funnel neck, and then it's got 8 darts that go up to the neck, and I thought, what a lovely unusual design detail. So you'll see the darts and the sort of seam lines running down onto the front of the top and at the back as well. It's got a high-low hem, so it's lower at the back, higher at the front. It's a split hem, so you've got that nice design detail there as well. It's got a drop shoulder, relatively loose fitting sleeves. So yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous, and I just love those unusual design details on that. Again, easy to make. You know, all of these are great for beginners or experienced sewers who want a quick turnaround, a quick win. And I should mention as well, we also stock, a lot of them will suggest using stretch interfacing, and you know, you might need ballpoint needles or stretch needles if you're sewing with your sewing machine. It might suggest as well that you use seam tape or ribbon to stabilise the shoulder seams. All of that stuff we've got on the website, so I'll remember to pop some links to that below for you, and I'll also pop a link. I'm sure I've got a video or a blog post giving lots of tips for working with knit and jersey fabrics, so I'll pop that down there for you as well. But the Talviki runs up to an XXL, which is a 51 5/8 bust, a 45 1/4 waist, and a 54 3/4 hip. And the fabric I chose for that one, I think I was going to go for another glittery fabric. This time we've got this lovely sort of dusky pale blue colour, and that again is just like the green one that I showed you. It's got that tiny little sort of subtle glittery fleck to it, and then the wrong side is that lovely loop back sort of winceyette feel, super soft, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that was my choice for that one, and because it's not so heavy, I thought that would work well for the darts on the Talviki as well. And then the next pattern I wanted to share with you is the toaster sweater, which I have actually made before, but I couldn't find it when I was looking for it last night. I don't know where I've put that. I think it's hidden away in a drawer somewhere. I haven't done my big swap over of summer to winter clothes yet. But yeah, the toaster sweater, there's 2 views with this one. There's a semi-cropped sweatshirt or sweater, closer fitting, that's got a neck that you want to keep standing upright, so you're better off using a stiffer knit with this one. It's got raglan sleeves, a wide waistband, a loose turtleneck, long cuffs, and falls between the high and low hip. And then there's an easy top or sweater that can be dressed up or down for view 2. It's fitted through the shoulders and sleeves, and then swings out a bit at the underarms and hem. It's got a semi-high neck that takes its inspiration from funnel and boat necks, and then it's got mitered side vents with a high-low hem as well that's an inch shorter in the front than the back, and that can be sewn up in a wide range of fabrics: sweatshirt, fleeces, jersey knits, whatever you like there. That runs up to a 47 bust, 39 1/2 waist, and 50 hip. And I just thought, again, let's just show you another one of these beautiful glittery French terry fabrics. I thought that would look lovely. Version 2 would look lovely sewn up in this, because version 2 is a little bit of drape is good for version 2. It's more of a sort of casual look. The first one requires a bit of a stiffer fabric. So yeah, we've got this lovely sort of dusky pale pink colour in that glittery one as well. I think I mentioned that's Oceotex certified as well. And then the next pattern I wanted to share is the Closet Core Mile End sweatshirt, which is just so contemporary. And as you would expect, Closet Core generally make patterns that are a little bit more challenging, stretch your sewing skills a little bit further. So a sweatshirt's an unusual one for them to do, but in her usual style, she's chosen something quite different. She's added some really interesting design details. So we've got a hoodie with a crossover front, quite a big looking kangaroo pocket. It's got dropped shoulder, sleeves are finished with a band, and so's the hem. And then there's another version which is a crew neck, same sort of sleeves and drop shoulders, plain sort of front bodice, but then it's got a channel with a draw. You create like a drawstring with the fabric to cinch it in at the waist. So I really like both of those design details. I think they're so much fun, so contemporary looking. And then you've also got an option for just a crew neck sweatshirt that's cropped as well. They've all also got a yoke across the back, so that adds another little bit of interesting detail. So a lot to love about this pattern, really gorgeous. Runs up to a size 20, which is a 46 bust, 39 waist and 48 hip. And the fabric I chose for that one was this lovely bright pink sweatshirt fabric, which is the same as the teal petrol coloured one I showed you earlier. It's got that super silky soft handle to it, beautiful soft inside, just really, really lovely, predominantly cotton, Osteotec certified. If you ever want any samples of any of our fabrics as well, just drop us an email. We're always happy to help with that. But yeah, I thought that would look great sewn up in that. And then you could just pair that with black leggings or dark indigo jeans, you know, go for a really neutral colour on the bottom and then that lovely bold bright colour on the top. And then again, you could pair the hooded version with a more tailored coat or jacket. And then finally, the other pattern I wanted to share was the Billy sweatshirt pattern by Tilly and the Buttons, because this comes with different views again, but it's also got a dress sort of version included. So there's a sweatshirt version and a dress version. You can go for balloon sleeves or straight sleeves. There's a classic crew neckline. The top version sits on the high hip, and the mini dress version's got cutaway pockets and finishes just above the knee. It's got a nice relaxed shape, but it's not too baggy. There's a lot to love about the Billy sweatshirt, and lots of people have made this. So, and it also is a really size inclusive size range as well, because it goes up to a 60-inch bust, 53 waist and 61-inch hip. And for those of you who haven't tried a Tilly and the Buttons pattern before, we stock them on our site. Her instructions are fantastic. They come with colour photographs. They're really supportive and helpful. And I thought the sweatshirt would look great, or the dress would look great sewn up in this new, it's like a Ponte style fabric that we've got in this monochrome. And then I thought you could use a black sweatshirt fabric. We've got some black sweatshirts in fabric, or we've got black jersey fabrics that you could use for a contrasting neckband and cuffs if you wanted to. But yeah, I just love that monochrome design. It is like a Ponte, so it's lighter weight than the sweatshirt fabrics, but I think it would work really well, particularly with those balloon sleeves as well, because it's got a bit of drape and movement to it. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. I hope you're feeling nice and cozy and inspired to sew lots of lovely sweatshirts, something that you will reach for time and time again. Even the most glamorous people, I must believe that they have their days where they wear a sweatshirt. We all need them in our wardrobe. Everything's linked below, as I mentioned earlier. The best way you can support us to keep producing this content is to place an order on our lovely website. If you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.